Raptors win in one of the most confusing and interesting games of the season against the hyped Brooklyn Nets. The Toronto Raptors beat the Brooklyn Nets in a high-scoring game where the Raptors had Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam go over 30 points in this game, and James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant, a little asterisk on Kevin Durant, were not able to beat the Raptors tonight. But Kevin Durant was the story of the game. He didn't start the game because of COVID health and safety protocols, but then came back into the game around the second quarter mark and then disappeared again after in the third quarter. And people were wondering what's going on. And as the story developed, it found out that Kevin Durant did not play due to COVID tracing. Apparently, there was somebody that he was in contact with that got COVID results, and they came back inconclusive. And the NBA decided Kevin Durant can't play anymore, and then he got yanked out of the game. Then he started tweeting "Free me, free 7," all that stuff. And I'm not really sure what the NBA was thinking, since Kevin Durant's already playing. Everybody else is inconclusive as well, I guess, because if he had COVID, then everybody else who played in the game may have gotten it. But I guess the NBA is like, we might as well take him out of the game. Safer than sorry. And you know what? If it prevents at least one person from not getting COVID, that's great. But honestly, I don't know what the idea and the mindset was to even let him play in the first place then. But yeah, he didn't play. And I think that was a big reason why the Raptors won this game, because when Kevin Durant was on the court, the Raptors had to double him. And with his length and his skill, he was passing the ball, finding guys wide open. He was a plus 10 in the 19 minutes he played. The best for the Brooklyn Nets in the entire game. And it was just tough to keep a guy like that from scoring, let alone, you know what, he did pick up a bunch of fouls, especially that fifth foul that Steve Nash challenged and got rid of it. But he picked up 4 fouls. It was in the third quarter, and the Raptors were really doing a good job of attacking him, especially Chris Boucher off those pick and rolls. But I think the Raptors would have had a tough time with Kevin Durant in the lineup. But the Raptors did a great job of just grinding it out on the defensive end, and especially in that fourth quarter where Kyle Lowry took over. He scored 11 of the last 20 points for the Raptors in the fourth quarter. Big-time threes, big-time contested plays, and he found Pascal Siakam for what could have been the dagger layup at the end when it extended the lead to 8 points. And the Raptors, just their defense and just their grit, forcing turnovers, getting onto the fast break, and getting easy baskets really helped the Raptors win this game. Another reason why the Raptors won this game is they scored in the paint. 64 points in the paint, which is, I don't even know when's the last time the Raptors did that this season, if 60 plus points at all. But they just kept scoring inside. Pascal Siakam, a big reason why. 33 points from him, and he was just killing it in the post. Great spin moves, great jumpers, and he was doing a great job of scoring from all sorts of the moves and just in the post, and he was just killing it all game. A great game from him. But in this game, the Raptors did a great job of getting off to a hot start. Got 11-point lead in the first quarter, and the Raptors were playing hard. Norman Powell, another good game from him. Him starting is a guaranteed 18 to 20 points, it seems like. He's playing well. Still no OG Anunoby. The Raptors still missing him. But in this game, Chris Boucher really came up alive, and the Raptors really needed him because Baines was tough to play because the Nets like to play in space, and they play Jeff Green at the 5 at times, and Aaron Baines just can't compete with that. And they were calling screens tight the entire game, so there was tons of fouls going back and forth. A real testy game in this one. Lowry gets a busted scar right across his right eye, actually, and then he starts bleeding. And then Norman Powell gets hit in the face by Joe Harris, and then he starts bleeding from the nose. Both no calls, of course, as this game was getting a little physical and a little testy. 3 technicals handed out in this game. Nick Nurse, I think Van Vliet, and also James Harden. People arguing for calls. Refs calling a weird game on screens, and it just became a little bit more about, just beating each other up inside. Then you got Bruce Brown, that scrub on the Brooklyn Nets, just trying to flex, trying to show that he's all that. He scores like 5-6 points, and then, I don't know, he's hyped. And, just going back and forth, the trash talking and the physicality. This game was, reminiscent of the old 90s kind of basketball, just grinding it out and just, beating each other up. But, of course, there wasn't a lot of post play, but other than Siakam. But, it's that kind of game. But the Raptors did a good job of overcoming all the odds and scoring. And you know what? The Raptors went through a few droughts, but their defense led to their offense, and the Raptors came through. Shout out to Bembry, who had another solid game. Great passing by him. Just smart decisions and good defense without fouling James Harden or anything like that. He does a great job. He's definitely in the rotation for sure once OG Anunoby comes back. Still trying to figure out if Stanley Johnson or Terrence Davis or still Chris Boucher or Watanabe can become consistent in the lineup, in the rotations. But, you know, it remains to be seen. But the Raptors, good win tonight. The Raptors executed. They made sure to double James Harden off every pick and roll, let the others beat him. Kyrie Irving didn't really look aggressive in this game. Not sure why. He's kind of like in and out. But the Nets had a great, you know, scoring spread out, distributed all over, multiple guys in double digits. But the Raptors did a great job of just contesting and preventing as many threes as the Brooklyn Nets were knocking down. Otherwise, guys, a great win for the Raptors team. Huge win against a hype team. The Raptors are in the playoff picture again. And you know what? It didn't look good at the beginning of the season. The Raptors were like 2 of 8. But now the Raptors are now 8 and 4. And you know what? They're really picking it up. They're really finding their identity. And the defense is coming back. Good win. Solid win, Raptors. And guys, let me know what you guys think of tonight's game. Like, share, and subscribe to the Raptors Wrap Up. And until next time, guys. Peace.